All right. All right, OB Builders Cup. Watkins Glen. All right, what do we got? 6 minutes? Shit. Oh, for pit road, I think you do. Wait, which one? The one like right in... The one with the cone, I think you do. Oh, no. No, you're good. No, you don't have to be. Yeah. There's dead bodies everywhere. It's gonna be absolute survival. And I just hope to survive. I don't think so. I think you're good for both laps. The second one should be better. Boy. That's why we need to figure out that stream together thing. By you guys, you mean Danny, because I'm not smart enough for that stuff. Hello. Oops. One, two, three. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Not safe. Good. It's a good thing because he's fast. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, just hope for the best. That's much better. Yeah, dude, my shins are on fire. Awful. Oh, yeah. You never know. 10 minutes, good, good, good. All right. Oh my God, 113. It got hotter. Let's make sure that's not gonna do anything crazy. All right, 230. Yeah, not changing a thing. Crap. Yeah, gotta be with us. junk. That carousel killed me. Yeah, screwed up my second lap, but got a good first one. Oh boy, oh boy. What the hell is going on with my spec map? Every time I join OB, it seems like my spec map screws up. I don't understand it. There we go. Nice. Whew. No. P1 over here, probably never going to happen. Ever, ever, ever. I was happy to get an 8, honestly. I was really happy about it. Throw the race setup in before I forget, because that'll be what I would do this long race. Don't forget your race setup, boys. BRB. We'll head over to the broadcast till we get moving here.
And good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Paradigm 110 live from Watkins Glen. I'm Sheldon Atkins, joined in the booth by Roger Ears Pierce and Austin Derbyshire here on Grid Vision, and going to be a fun one to watch here tonight. Watkins Glen always puts together some great moments. Bit of a grueling course, but also a lot of speedway characteristics. Really gives us an opportunity to see these drivers put to the absolute limits as we get a look at the overhead Google Earth track map of Watkins Glen. And Roger, tell me what you feel of this speedway.
Man, what a great road course, right? One of the fastest on the circuit. What can you say about it? It's got the elevation, it's got the corners, the gravel pit, and the new track limits, which means more speed.
Absolutely. 110 miles, 45 laps here tonight. So we get a look at the track info. 40-mile-an-hour speed limit for pit road. You're going to see that probably come into question multiple times tonight. There's a very difficult pit entry to get into properly without overcooking it because it's kind of a long stretch there. But, normally we talk about just about anything as we get a look here at the race results. Derek Heitman, last week's winner at Texas with what was more or less a walk-off performance for him in the 76 machine. Evan C. comes home with second over Bryce Rayner, Joseph Causey, and Brandon Passalacqua. Well, that was your top five last week. Team Birdie fastest lap went to the 26 of Paul Hill with a 29.781. And we're taking a quick look at the point standings here. And Brandon Passalacqua trying to walk away, but it's very close margins between him and Paul Hill. Still a long stretch of season left here. A 43-point gap. I wouldn't necessarily call it a cushion. That right there, that's probably a bad race or two there for Passalacqua. So he's going to have to still kind of try and get the most out of it. I want to talk about, Roger, we talk about, characteristic and everything. What is your favorite part of this track? Because we all have a favorite corner when we come to Watkins Glen. Where's the part where you feel like you make the most hay?
Out of the carousel, right? If you can get the exit right out of the carousel where you don't grab enough curbing and you can kind of get the throttle down, you just can pick up so much more speed going into the last two quarters.
Absolutely. Carousel, definitely a great place to make some time. I've always enjoyed the bus stop myself. We're going to kick things off, though, with the keys, or not the keys, but the picks here tonight. And I have to go with the winner overall tonight. I mean, we saw what he did at Circuit of the Americas. I don't think you can touch Paul Hill on these road courses no matter how hard you try. How about you, Roger?
Zach Millett, I raced him earlier this week, and he had a lot of speed. Obviously, we had to save fuel in A Open. This one, you don't have to save fuel. So I just think he's got a lot of pace.
And also, Derbyshire are going to go with the 5 machine, Matt DiCiani. Another great pick there. As far as ones to watch, it could be a toss-up as far as an underdog pick here, but I feel like Causey always runs well here at Watkins Glen. Was really fast in practice this week, and we were testing things out with the One Sim guys, and I feel like that Snickers machine is going to look real good tonight.
Yeah, and then I got Paul Hill last night at NIS testing. He was a few tenths behind me and very quick, so wouldn't surprise me if he pulled it off tonight.
3 machine of Lou Christian going to be the pick for Austin Derbyshire here. And then for the underdog this evening, I'm going to go with the 43 machine of Chris Hudson. Always touts himself as a bit of a road course ringer here at Watkins Glen. I feel like this is basically his equivalent to Charlotte for the rest of us Oval guys.
Yeah, and I got Austin Edstrom, right? He's kind of like Causey here. He's good here. He's consistent, and you never know.
And producer going to go with one of the fastest last week at Texas. A bit of a pit mistake with Keegan Sabilo, who is also starting up at the front of the field here. Throwing off the grid in P1. It's going to be the 26 machine of Paul Hill with Keegan Sabilo in the 78 starting up top. Throwing off the grid in third position here. It's going to be the 1 machine of Nicholas Isaacs with the 95 of PB Henry in fourth. Fifth place on the grid going to be the 31 machine of Zach Millett with Patrick Gitter in sixth. Throwing off the grid in seventh, going to be the 88 machine, Joseph Causey with Matt DiCiani starting up top in eighth. Ninth place, going to be your points leader, the 6 machine, Paradigm Chevrolet of Brandon Passalacqua with Bryce Rayner starting in 10th.
Yeah, in 11th, we have the 83 of Adam Benefield. With beside him is going to be the 87 of Austin Edstrom in 12th. In 13th, we're going to have Luis C. Becerra in the 12 machine and Josh Shocker in the 15th and 14th. Lou Christian is going to be beside.
Oh, God, we're getting ready, boys. Fuck that. Probably, but I'm too scared.
17th, the 43 of Chris Hudson with Tyler W. Hunter in 18th. 19th is going to be Tim Wortman Jr. with the 17th of Daniel Wiles and the 20th.
Going off the grid in P21 is going to be the Winston Toyota Camry of Justin Levine with John Bender up top, and we are under green. Short start here, down into turn 1. Neck and neck, Paul Hill working the bottom lane. Keegan Sabila trying to rock it around the outside into the first corner. Sabila going to get the leeway. Those slides a little high here. A little bit of a mistake. Here comes the 26th machine and Paul Hill down. He's going to take the lead up to the S's.
Yeah, and all it takes is that little bit of a slide, right? Keegan kind of knows it. We talked about it. No new track limits. You can utilize the runoff and get a lot more speed. And Paul Hill just kind of had that arco.
Ooh, almost got my first X.
Keegan sent a little too deep there into turn 1. He's able to retain
The big thing here is if you get 9X, it is a drive-through. If you get 13X, it's a disqualification from the race. 45 laps to make really no mistakes. It's going to be sketchy.
First lap at least. One thing
Nope,
I did note,
I'm still
Keegan was
alive.
Reporting pre-race about how he was having a little bit of issue with the rear end security coming out of the corners. It might have been a part of what caused him to lose so much time once he got the exit in 1. Definitely a deep send. Could have worked out. You see a little bit further back. 22 machine down to the bottom here. Louis Becerra. Bryce Rayner going at it here into the last corner. Becerra with the preferred line on the bottom, but not able to get the power down. Here comes Rayner around the top. Good surge momentum, and look at that. Here comes the 333 machine of Evans C into the mix.
Back to turn 1, here we go. Kind of want to take it shallow. You can go wide, like the point that he's doing here. He's just going to lose a little engine speed. Sees, has the preferred line. Going to kind of wash him out there. Yeah. Evans apologizing over the radio. He didn't mean to door him there, but that's just kind of what that is.
There we go. That's how easy it happens.
Going to the S's, high RPMs, and the car just kind of throws itself.
Oh, 2 cars off the track here at the bus stop. Both your race leaders grabbing grass early. Paul Hill missed the exit there, and Keegan Sabilo blindly follows him right into it. Looks like it's not going to be as much of a loss there for the 26 machines. We get a look here up through the S's. You see Paul Hill going to send it a little too deep here to the bus stop. This is something we've got to be very careful of because this can go backwards so quick. And I mean that literally and figuratively. A little too wide there.
Just didn't get it low down enough, and you know it does happen, right? Like you're kind of figuring this out as it goes. And the track temp's 109 degrees. It is slick. There's really no wind, but the track condition's going to change as you go. So your braking markers are going to change as the race progresses.
So careful. Well, I was also going to mention about how difficult it is in the S's. You know, the contact we saw there on lap 2. You know, the S's at this track are difficult enough just to go single file here with this repave. It feels like it's a lot less grip up there at the top of the S's on that final right-hander. And going in there side by side with dirty air pack to you and everything, I just can't imagine how difficult that is here in the Cup car.
It's just super fun, right? The layout with how this package is, with the no rear diffuser, and horsepower change, like. I mean, I've had a blast here this week with how this goes, and I mean, you're seeing these guys utilize every part of the track. And you see them go into this last corner. There's really, it doesn't feel like there's any grip, right? So it just takes it down to driver skill.
Oh, 1 car heavy into the wall, the 3 machine, Luke Christian. That's going to be a toe link there for the Bowen Chevrolet. Right now, rolling up into the grass, trying to stay out of the way. He knows that car's hurt bad.
No yellows, right? So
Man.
Kind of limp it back down. Cars are still coming. Get into that runoff and just see what you got for steering. Right now is your chance to get on some asphalt and figure out what you got. That is, yeah, broken tail link for sure.
I wonder if he hit the safer barrier back to the cone.
The dirty air just gets you in the worst spots, man.
You hit the arm code here, Walker Glen, you're basically done.
Let's see here. So he gets down there, doesn't grab the curbing, just a little bit. Yeah, just snaps right
up into the safer.
I think we'd be okay if we got past Isaacs, but
yeah, if we go up over here, you're gonna see he's gonna have a lot of wheel.
I just don't know if we
right. He's gonna see
can here.
Flow, and I bet that's where it snaps.
Second gear too. It's real punchy in second, cut through that final corner. So much so that I have to keep her in third in just about everything we come here in.
It just depends, right? Like A Open was saving fuel this week, so you do run a short shift to keep it higher gears to save more fuel. But for the fast lap time, second is the optimal gear for that corner. But again, it's 109 degrees of track, and you have 100 more horsepower than north on the way out.
Single file throughout the majority of the field currently. Somebody I gotta give a little bit of a shout to though, sitting there currently in 5th place, showing a lot of pace here in that CFM Chevy. I gotta go with DB Henry. That 95 looked real good in practice, looked real good in qualifying. Out here put together a pretty good run as well. And I remember running I think it was SSRL, it was an ARCA league that we had about a year ago. And DB Henry was just lights out quick that race too. Pretty good on these road courses. No slouch anywhere we go, but the road courses definitely seem like they take a liking here. Driver number 95.
I'll tell you what, it's getting real heated up between 18th and 16th position. Like they are throwing haymakers at each other, trying to make some passes. Blocks coming out of the final carousel. I mean, it's crazy. That's what makes this place fun. Like it's a fast road course, right? It's not. I mean, it is a little technical. The bus stop is, but for the most part, most oval drivers can drive this track.
Wait, you mean to tell me that Austin Edstrom and Joseph Cosby are racing each other hard?
Oh, I know.
I couldn't imagine that.
And then I'm pretty sure Levine is like 3 cars ahead of that too. So they're all right together.
I just can't get a run on the old boy. Damn it.
Well, at least they're all in the same straightaway. No, Levine a little bit further back. I think I don't think Levine qualified. Can't remember. Look at that. Levine's going to be ready to get out of Watkins Glen already. I can tell you that. He's not a big fan of these road courses.
No.
And here we go. Here comes Causey.
Yeah, Causey had a lot of speed on the carousel last lap. Setting up his corner extremely well.
Edstrom almost lost it coming out of the carousel there. That's what happened there. Austin got really loose out of the carousel. That opened the door for Causey to just fly right on by.
Tyler Hunter going up the road. What an excellent shot to do that. Got it down. Slowed down enough for the final corner.
Shit.
Not speed. And that's kind of how you want to do it. You said it's a treacherous pit road. Well, it is, because we're going from 100 to 110 to 80 to 40.
A lot of load on the tires there, especially to be able to get down there to the pit road line. You got to put a little bit of extra wheel in too. It's so easy to overstep in this next gen car.
Well, got my first X. Deflowered.
Unfortunately, Tyler Hunter going to put it behind the wall here tonight. Kind of like what he's feeling behind the wheel of that car. So
We've got a battle heating up here for 5th place.
Looks like it. How big is the dirty air?
I don't even remember. Isn't that sad?
I don't think it's bad, but I know it can be, right? I mean, you want to keep your nose lower than the rest of them, but it's not as bad as it has been in the past, especially with the DBS. You can stay pretty close to somebody without it snapping.
PG Henry got there through turn 1, back up into the hill here, 95 machine. Good corner rotation there through the first corner, gets a good drive off, and he's doing a great job, you know, keeping that headlight a little bit lower here through the S's, which is where I figure the worst of the dirty air is going to be at here tonight. Down the bus stop, riding on board with the 95 Chevrolet. Good launch in, sends it deep. Loses his nose a little bit there, has to pedal it off the back bumper of the 31 machine of Millet. Millet going to get a good launch now into the carousel, trying to close up on the 1 machine of Nicholas Isaacs.
And that's a sleeper, right? Nick Isaacs, I remember a few years ago at Coda, he was really good. And it's someone who you don't really think about as a road course guy, but he can show up and he can show out.
Your passing's incredible. It's so hard.
Nicholas Isaacs is one of those I really kept my eyes on here all year for the Aviadores Cup Series. Showed up late last season, got some really good runs near the end of the year. This year's come out.
No, been trying the whole time.
Some good runs. Hasn't always been in the best standing with Lady Luck, but he's been, oh my lord, PB Henry just about beamed it there.
Okay,
trying to get
yeah. Yeah, PB kind of, I don't know if he just missed his braking mark or not, but I mean, I thought Miller was dead there. Here we go. We're going to recap it. Go into the one. He sends it in really deep. And
I think he got tight. I think he got a little bit too close to the back bumper there. You see it just wash right up as soon as he gets in. That's the thing about PB Henry. If there's a limit, he's going to be the one to push it as far as he can.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was a little too close.
I
think you're just a little late on the brakes or
fun to
something.
race with. I'm glad. It's good to see him back around, right? There was like a year and a half or so that you didn't really see him, and it's glad to see him back.
Second place runner right now, Team Conti trying to hang on to P2. Paul Hill doing what Paul Hill does in his road course. Is pulled away now by 5 seconds over the rest of the field. Sabilo nursing a relatively small gap here to your third place runner. But this is what Keegan wanted here tonight. You know, he didn't want to come out here and oversend it. You know, had a great opportunity to win last week in Texas. Didn't work out in his favor. Mistake on pit road took him out of the running. And tonight, just wants to come out, get a good max point stage, try to shoot up that points standings a little bit. Late entrance to the season. And hope for a podium. See how it works out for him. Just a little bit further back here at Austin Edstrom, who's gotten past the 50 machine of Josh Schaffner.
Wow, that dirty air just plowed me. That was incredible. I could feel the wheel just kept turning and it didn't do anything.
Text me so I can fix it. Well, he got about 30 messages within the first 30 laps. And I think he learned real quick not to do that again. But he, man, he really beat himself up last week for pit road entry. So I know this week he really wants to make up for that.
I want to let Pat by, but
The kid's got speed. It's coming. It's going to happen here soon.
Oh, itchy to turn one there for Paul
Feel like I'd
Hill.
just be waving
A
goodbye.
little too deep. Going to lose a little bit of time here, maybe.
Maybe 10.
He came about as close to that wall as you can get.
That's how you make speed, man. Utilize everything.
Another one that's showing some good pace here at the start. At Fortis Chevrolet, 21 machine of Patrick Gitter, a couple wins on the season here already. Been running really well in that 21 car, and currently sitting in the top 5, right in front of PB Henry, right off the rear bumper of Zach Miller. And I don't remember Patrick really having much success last season at the road courses, so looking like things are maybe coming into fruition a little bit better here from this year.
I don't actually remember if he might have started hard race race last year. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. I know his teammate Distiani finished 5th last year. He's back there in the lead 8th position. And kind of do what he did last year. Just ride it out with Pasalakwa. I mean, that's kind of all it is. Longer laps. We didn't get to talk about the keys to the race, but one of the keys
just a little bit more
I had was race the track, not drivers, right? No,
Yeah, we
I
got the
said
keys
one of
right
the
here,
keys.
Rod.
Now we got
There.
all right.
Why don't you give us all? Why don't you give us all the keys?
First key, smooth as fast on road course racing. Smooth as fast. Lifting is sometimes faster than being in the bottom. That's what that means, right? So through the carousel here, you're watching them go, letting off, rolling.
Oh,
into it.
Sabila's
Keegan,
around under the
oh,
carousel.
Save it. He got hit. Tired, but he get hit.
Gonna be a big camera.
That is a major hit, right? But that's that transition, right? That's that car under you transition. Go over here.
I wonder if it's gonna get loose where he breaks out of the carousel. If he's gonna start slamming. Yep, right there.
He entered.
That's
Yeah,
curving.
he exited the carousel a little too wide.
oh, look what the clean air is doing for
He got
Isaac, man.
bigger
Huge.
too early, and that's just one of those spots.
If that was any other car on the sim, he'd have had no problem. He likely wouldn't have even noticed this. We see a couple cars on pit road here. The 28 of Tim Wortman Jr. and the 50 of Josh Schaffner coming down. Schaffner, is that a little bit of damage to the right front of the 50? peek at it. Yep, I see that fender pushed in a little bit. Front slip bent up on the 50 machine. Imagine probably a little bit of toe damage there as well. Might be why he came in pit road here to try and fix it up a little bit.
Well, I could tell you the people pitting right now can make 35 laps on Bakersfield, and 4 tires will make it that long as well. So if you're pitting this early, you have a strategy laid out.
26 machine Paul Hill with a commanding lead now, 7/10 of a second between him and the 1 machine of Nicholas Isaacs. Patrick Gitter, though, moves up to 3rd, got past Millet a little bit ago.
I'm impressed with Gitter. I really am. I've never seen him rip like this on a road course before.
Well, you know, if there's one thing I think of Gitter, I always think of him in low grip situations. He's always fast, I've noticed. Anytime
my
you
God.
take care of the tires, go slow to go fast. It seems like there's a couple guys that always make speed, no matter what car, what track, what combo. And Patrick Gitter is one of those that always comes to mind for me. And with this 750 package, lack of rear diffuser, no rear grip whatsoever, really. I feel like Gitter's probably having more fun right now on a road course than he has since we did the Gen 6 car.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Gitter, been racing Gitter for years now in the top split stuff. And his favorite track's next week, and I expect him to be just as good as he was last year because the package is going to be a different game. Here we go. We're going to watch here with Sean.
Maybe just swings wide. Yep, snap right here. That's textbook Watkins Glen wreck right there. We see that every time we come here.
And that's that transition, right? Like, you kind of just gotta. I was explaining this to Roman the other day. We were talking about it. It's like driving the Daytona 24 and going on a NASCAR 1. Like, I have to basically roll that throttle onto the track over these transitions. That's what it's like. Because PB Henry right there just got sideways in the same spot. Yeah.
Here comes Gitter, and a good clean pass. Nicholas Isaac's going to crack the throttle down the back straightaway. Knew the 21 machine was wearing him out. Gitter now up into 2nd place. Going to be interesting to see what he's able to do with the Heartbeat of America Chevrolet here now that he's got clean air to the nose. Big wiggle there out of the final corner for Isaacs. That's going to open up the door for Millet to get to the inside. He's going to try and pull a little bit of a lazy block here on the defense. Down to 1, Millet going to fall back in line behind the 1 machine of Isaacs and follow through here back up to the S's.
Yeah, we're going to go back there a little bit. Castellacqua kind of had some issues. He lost 5 spots. Exit of the carousel to the last 2 corners. I don't really know what happened, but
What if he got bit by the same bug that bit Keegan?
it looked like he had him locked up. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, heavy lockup there. We got the back bumper of PB Henry.
And look at all those cars are riding in line together.
That's
Just
pretty
like that, 4
uncharacteristic.
spots.
It's pretty uncharacteristic for Castellacqua too. Typically when we see him on the road courses, you know he's not going to make a mistake. I think it's the first time I've seen him make any bad call for any of the road courses I've had an opportunity to call him in. First time I ever mentioned Castellacqua's name was ISCA a year and a half ago, and it was Circuit of the Americas, and he just dominated, dog walking the field.
Last year, Millet.
Clean air, baby. Let's go.
That. Millet's found his groove.
Be a problem for the rest of these guys, but how about the speed that let's get a look at the replay here. Millet making the pass. That's down to the bottom, late into the braking zone. Good clean downshifts, no wheel hop. Throttle up and they're going.
That was almost a little sketchy. Good job
But
there.
see, I really like what I'm seeing out of Isaacs though too. It's been a very heavy give and take race for him. It was was able to get himself
Now,
in second
is
place.
there anyone out there
And
who wants to
once
go
he got up there,
fast?
started to lose a little bit of speed
Anybody?
there, made some back.
I want to go fast too,
I
damn
want to
it.
go
These
fast.
guys go by when they show a nose, or when they look like they're gonna blow him by, he just gets right out of the way. And it's something you don't see a whole lot these days. A lot of respect there.
There's a patch brewing here, and I wonder how long it's gonna take. PB Henry's car is not really handling the best right now. Rotors are blowing extremely hot. It's going wide. MC has caught him a few times, and he's kind of backed up, not passing PB, kind of giving that spacing. And I think this pass is gonna happen over the next lap or so because it's just gonna keep draining time for Evan if he wants to make up any more
Big
spots.
boss, don't like that.
I'm surprised PB's racing him so far too. These two both operating out of the CFM shop here. Technical teammates here in the Open Doors Cup Series. Right on board with Evan. Look at how good Evan is from the bus stop there.
Holy shit.
Just wrapping the tires around the curbing there, getting the thing to rotate. Not as good a run out of the carousel here though. PB Henry can get a
That
little
was
bit
scary.
of advantage down the chute. Patrick Gitter goes by the 21, goes by in the 21 machine.
Goddamn
getting
pogo
past,
stick.
Chris Benson put him a lap down. Just in front of him.
Billet had a little bit of an issue too, though, is what it sounds like. Sounds like everyone got a little squirrely there. But yeah, you were talking about Nick Isaac earlier, and I had the privilege to team with him late last year, right? He joined Victory One the last few races. I'll tell you, that dude's work ethic it speaks for itself. I mean, he gets involved in a lot of stuff that isn't his fault, and I understand that to a team. But when he puts a race together, you can really see it come out, right? That's where it shines. The long races, you'll see him really show out.
Isaac's definitely a really talented driver, and one that I'm excited to see grow here throughout the next couple seasons, because when you start to get that momentum built up, and you start to really figure out what the car needs and what it is that you need as a driver to get better with the equipment you have. You really start to see guys, jump up a few spots throughout the grid. You just see that brewing week in and week out with Isaac, just a little bit better week after week. And I feel like his day here in the Open Doors Cup Series is certainly coming here soon. Let's see a little bit further back. DeCiani's caught the back end of the 333 machine of Evan C. Evan C is starting to struggle a little bit with rear traction. I noticed the last couple times through the last corner. Just allowing that 5 to really start to grow closer in that mirror.
But that's allowed the 83 to close. Oh, I say that. Sorry, Adam. 5. I jinxed him. Good save, buddy. Don't yell at me.
We can talk about Adam when we come to the road course.
I know, man. He was doing so good, too. I'll take it. My bad.
Here up in the carousel here, trying to close it back up the 83 machine of Adam Benefiel. As we have the red Black Panther paint scheme here this week from Brandon Passalacqua. Always has some pretty sick paint schemes. It seems like every week it's changing.
It's a freaking razor's edge the whole time.
Tommy Goss has got something on the track every week, but hey, he's keeping it informed with himself as opposed to point out a different throwback every week.
DeCiani's bidding. FC is about to pass PB Henry going into 1. Here we go. Crash strategy time. I like DeCiani's move here.
Oh, Benefiel! Oh, and he saved it.
Again, same spot. Same spot as last lap.
I think what happened there was
Alright, yeah, you say that, buddy.
I think one thing that we need to do for broadcasting is have a hot mic keyed up to Benefield. Anytime he comes over the radio, it's always something great.
I love racing now.
He says he thinks there was some expletive deleted oil in turn 1 or something. Let the viewers at home do the homework on that on the pack right now. No homework needed for Paul Hill. 10 seconds now over Patrick Gitter. As we got cars coming up pit road here. The 333 machine of Evan C leads his CFM teammate of PB Henry down pit road. Benfield going to close in a little bit here on these guys, sounding a little more aggressive down into the pit entry. 83 possibly going to pick up maybe a spot here in the process. Now, Roger, what's the strategy here this week? Is it 4 tires and fuel, or are we playing games with that this year?
I'm taking 4 tires, right? I just think with how the track is wearing, where the rubber line is, and the rubber gets built up, I just think goes better. I do think 2 is possible, but I wouldn't want to be the one to try it. I know everybody that I work with this week
Much rear end security as we're seeing these guys fight for. And also, it looks like the fall off is really nice here this year too. Remember, these guys started out running, just shy of 107 lap times. Start of the race, we're down to the 110 bracket. Oh, big wiggle down to turn 1 for your race leader, Paul Hill. Almost loses the back end of it, able to gather it back up pretty well there. Back up to the S's now for the 26 machine, but what I was saying was we're about 2 seconds off pace here from what we started out with at the beginning of the run, at least for your race leader, and we haven't seen Paul, aside from there, make any big mistakes tonight.
explicit Adam Benefield turn. It's great. Yep.
He was waiting for it to turn. Ad lib where you think the fun word was that time.
I'm not doing anything at all, so I don't really get to race Adam because he doesn't do opens a lot. So that's kind of the sad part about this year is I miss racing him. He was so fun to race because he's so unique and he's so good. I mean, previous Coke Series driver, he just shows his skill week in and week out.
What he needs to do is come down and run B car. I feel like he'd be happy there.
He runs the B car league on Friday.
Oh, there we go. You see also race leader on pit road. Paul Hill coming in for 4 tires and fuel here. Also coming down with the 88 machine of Joseph Causey for 12 of Louis Becerra.
You'll love this. Him and Boom Boom are teammates. Think of that
Adam
combo.
and Broman.
Yeah, think of that combo.
Yeah, I do wish that I had access to that Discord at some point. That'd be fun.
DCI do a really good job here keeping Evan C at bay. Evan's gonna go wide though. Has to lift it.
I do think it's great that we got the realistic track limits here at Watkins Glen in time for them to put tire packs over where they.
Oh yes, I'm well aware of this debate.
Just a little bit funny.
Well, so this debate got brought up, right? And James Houghton, one of my prior teammates, and I are pretty good friends. He's raced this track in real life, and he thinks that tire packs are a good idea. So he's raced on this track in real life. I'll take his word for it. Until I see it, I'm not going to say my opinion on it.
That's the. No, I agree too. Though I feel like the tire pack really, as much as you could send it into the corner with all the extra runoff, I feel like it kind of gets rid of the passing.
I'm gonna be pitting right here,
now
Paul.
You can, send it just about as wide as you want into turn 1. You don't really have to worry about making mistakes. If you make a mistake, back end step out a little bit. Oh, I can just chase it over, about a half mile until we get up to that outside wall. Whereas now, if you make a mistake, it's going to catch up to you pretty quick, and you're really going to have to pedal out of it.
Gitter was leaving pit road with another car, and they all caught each other in the S's, and holy driving out of the 3 of those guys. 4 of those guys, 25 included. I believe that's Shane. Is that Shane Clore? No, he's 72. Who's a 25? Sorry, guys. I don't broadcast this league every week. Carr. Greg Carr.
Basilakwa now your race leader as Patrick Gitter came down a couple laps ago to get his 4 tires and fuel. Basilakwa going to try and get those 5 bonus points here to extend that points lead.
Millet's coming off the pit road too. Evan is fighting ECI hard trying to get that spot.
Copy that, TJ.
Need to get back. That's what we need to do here.
Oh man.
Shit.
You know he was gone last week, right? He was gone the end of the week. Oh, there's the 24 taking the runoff. That's a slow down. Oh, buddy. Oh, that's a little sketchy. Oh, dude. I know he can hear us too, so he's just cracking us up. He's doing it on purpose now.
He's doing, yeah, he knows
Yeah,
he can break us at this point. He's probably gonna say that you stink or something.
Frickin'.
Next, Rod.
Oh, man.
First lap on these tires is a joke. Thing just takes off on you.
Bryce ran on the 22 machine. Go get past your points lead, or ran it past Lacqua. 22 going to try and get 5 bonus points as well for leading a lap. Same work with the carousel. And looks like Basilakwa's tires may be going the way of the ghost here. I imagine 6 machines can come up pit road here soon. 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, I mean, you can go 35 laps easily on a set of tires. But these guys all split it, right? So they're all hauling the mail with tires. And he's kind of just playing the game, seeing how far he can get lead going. But as he said, he's coming down the road, don't speed, has him locked up.
All right, so Adam's got 5 more laps. A lot of these guys have a lot more
Been such a great season.
laps on their stuff. Let's see what it's gonna do late
Finished
here.
second.
Of course, my car's gonna take
Season.
off on me again here. Jesus,
Like
man,
I
this
said,
thing is
Justin
shoddy.
Levine, who was running second all year last year to Conklin, basically took the last 4 weeks as a vacation. Ended up coming home, I think, 3rd in the points. And coming into this year, I think everybody was kind of thinking that Levine was going to be the top dog for the championship, and Levine has just been not having a good year here in the Eddie Doors Cup Series.
Making sure.
The one guy that hasn't made many mistakes. Oh, well, it's not Edstrom. Edstrom around here. Out of the final corner.
Good save. Good save, buddy. Yeah, I think Levine took my luck this year. In the OB field.
It is. We get a look at the Code Brown moment of the race here from Austin Edstrom. Wiggle there, grabs the curbs. He's probably going to grab a dude wipe right about there. Yes, he does.
Look at that working of the wheel. I bet he fell out of his chair almost.
And that is this week's dude wipe skid mark of the race.
I can see him falling out of his chair trying to do that. Headset's flung off halfway across the room. Can't hear his car anymore.
100% guarantee you. 100%.
Paul Hill has the lead again. A dead Slayer.
Paul Hill's been dominant here today, and looks like it's going to be
I will
a
try.
repeat here of Circuit
No promises,
Americas
though.
for the 26 machine. Big Butch Asper doing a great job putting together some really good road course pieces here for Paul this year. But with 29 laps on the board, the pit sequence working itself out. We're going to step away, have a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back to bring you the rest of the racing action here on the grid.
Yeah, we got a lot of race left, but we'll see. I swear I didn't even hit that curb that time, but boy, it's still launched me up in the air. Driving a goddamn pogo stick. This thing is handling very strange.
And welcome back to the Paradigm 110 at the Glen. 30 laps on the board. 31 now as Paul Hill walks across the start-finish line. 15 laps remaining to determine how it's going to cycle out here tonight. And look there on the side-by-side, had a bit of a 3-wide
Still
maneuver
jumping.
there up into the S's, but already
it so
backed
late?
out of it pretty quick. A huge send
Jesus.
here from 72 machine of Shane Ford. Trying to make up some positions here in the closing stages of tonight's race.
That was incredible. I mean, he sent it from 6 back and got it low down enough to make the corner.
And that is
Oh.
with the... Look at a little dude, where's my car here? As Alexander car unfortunately sends it deep in turn 1, heavy wheel hop for the 18. Around goes the Team Birdie Ford Mustang, but able to grab the gear, get it back on without too much calamity here. I made that mistake in the VO though, so I know that pain.
I think my walking to Glen is done for the week. I've moved on to next week's track.
Yeah, pretty. Well, we see the 37 shoot Zodiac slide way up out of the way there. Paul Hill probably a little further than he wanted to slide. Louis Becerra around out of turn 1, right in front of Sabilo, chasing it to the wall and a little bit of contact to the right front of the 12 machine. Not enough to cause any damage though.
Ooh. Chris Vincent's around coming out of the bus stop too. Hard into the wall. Acting everywhere. You know, yeah, right there. Just that transition. I think Adam's right. I think there's oil. Keaton got loose too.
Oh, Becerra and Levine come together here in the bus stop. Both cars around. Levine heavy contact with the wall.
All right, let's see here. Chris Vincent here, 33, coming out of the bus stop. Yeah, just grabs the curb and it throws the car. Good job locking it down. So much damage as we can. Then we had another incident going to the bus stop. Maybe.
I can tell you, it's more than maybe. Being left around the track here. Yeah, it's the bus stop.
fun. And then
This
shortly after this,
There's the slide right there. Tags the wall. Grabs the gear. Gets it back going up into the S's here.
okay, a little bit wide, not keeping it shallow. Oh,
Dean starts closing right
Oh,
here
there
up
he
at the
is.
top of the S's. Come down the back straightaway. Levine. Still a lot of momentum in the 19 car. Sends it down to the bottom.
no way Becerra blocks this. He tries.
Oh no,
Oh!
he turns into him.
I'm putting that on 12 card. Like,
I hate to. Yeah. He just kind of didn't give him any room. Levine couldn't have gotten any lower there. He's already about to hit the arm coat barrier on the entry.
yeah, that's like
But
kind
you
of
got
funny.
you got to put yourself in Becerra's head too, though. Your rhythm's already thrown.
Oh yeah,
that
no.
Because he did have the big slide there to turn one. You know, the car came around and just lapse in judgment.
Well, yeah, but right here, right? So this is what I'm thinking. If I'm gonna spin right here, I'm keeping it shallow. I know my tires are hot. Just
Unreal how the
my
dirty air just robs any sort of
rear
run.
coming up the
You can
S's,
get on
he shows
anything.
I'm backing off. I know my tires are way too hot to go side by side with somebody
Yeah,
into the
but-
S's.
When have we ever known Becerra to back off?
Right
Lou
here.
is very aggressive, and 9 times out of 10, you know, it doesn't cause much problem. It's just one of them moments, you know, probably if he could go back and do it different, do it entirely different.
He picked up speed over that bump.
But he was flying. He was flying. Everybody else has been flying this as we drop the green flag. Paul Hill nursing a near 10-second gap to Patrick Gitter.
Dude, underdog. I should have picked Gitter.
Joke.
Honestly,
I didn't know he had him in him. I had this in him.
I was expecting a starting part from Gitter. That's why I didn't pick him.
I just never seen him really drive road course.
Gitter is on that long list of drivers that's always so much fun to cover up here in the Grid Vision booth, because every time you kind of count that 21 machine out, he just proves you entirely wrong. That's what we're seeing here tonight for this Heartbeat of American Chevrolets. We got one car went around in turn one, or maybe just some heavy lockup there. Much smoke there. That's apparently fourth place runner FNC decided to give us a Joseph Causey pit entry to turn one. Locked up front, put up a nice smoke show for all the fans sitting up there watching. As he is hounding the 5 machine of Matt DiCiani. And how about this? DiCiani has had to carve through a bit of traffic here and a little bit of adversity to get up into the podium bracket, sitting in 3rd place right now. Another great run for the 5 machine. It's been a good handful of weeks here for DiCiani. Got the win at the Super Speedway a few weeks ago at Talladega. He's had some good, strong efforts outside of that this season. You're looking for a sleeper pick for the championship. I don't see how you couldn't have that 5 machine circle.
Oh, Matt's irritating, right? Like, those are always ones to watch when you're prepping for your race week, because you kind of know who's good where from previous races, and he just has an overall versatility about him that speaks volume, and it shows up in tracks like this.
I really got a lot of respect for the whole Fortis group too.
Oh, Kazi, sorry, 22. Air Greaves Kazi coming out of 1.
That's gonna be a mistake, cause he's gonna give it right back to him here. I guarantee he's definitely not gonna give him his
He's
bus
not
stop
lifted.
entrance.
He is not
No.
lifted.
Causey has one pedal, and it's the loud pedal.
Wow, what a save out of Kazi. He could have killed Bryce Rayner there.
Tell you what, I said Causey was one to keep your eyes on here tonight, so I threw him in there on my picks. That idiot machine proved me right here. So
Battle, man. He just kind of got air greased a little bit. Sent it in. He's going to get close.
that's such a bad place to have somebody in your rear bumper right there going over the bumps, trying to find traction already. Bryce Renner looks like he's going to get the spot here, and God, he says, "No, the hell you ain't."
Cosby about ripped the fence off. He said, "You ain't faster than me."
I'll tell you, that's probably exactly what he was saying too.
You know, I love Cosby, but I'm so glad I don't race him anymore. In the league, I just
He'll come to give you hell on one of these NIS at some point.
oh, I know, yeah.
I give him, it'll probably either be Bristol or one of the super speedways. He'll show up again.
My favorite was I had a random voice. Watching that show.
Oh, come on.
Good job, man. I'm like, I didn't even know you were in here. Where were you? Just out of, it was like the voice from above. Bryce and him are still going at it. Oh, don't turn him.
Where was that before Causey happened? Oh yeah, Fortis. No, the thing I really like about them is, as a group, you know, kind of against the grain to everybody else. You know, it's just Gator and DeCiani out of that shop, ain't it?
Not exactly sure who's all involved in that right now, but I know the two main ones are Gator and DeCiani, and week in and week out, you see them put their cars together for all the leagues. You got OBE, FLCC, and I don't believe it's the two they run, and I mean, they're have decent finishes. They're both decent in points. I mean, that's kind of what you want. It's a long year, and you're trying to points race. I mean, wins are nice, but when you have these formats, you're going for points.
It is also a lot harder these days when you have a smaller group like that. You know, where you've got, you know, say 2 to maybe 6 people working on the cars and testing and getting data and everything and telemetry runs. You know, I mean, you look at Bryco, you look at Conti, you look at EPI, you know, big groups with, you know, a lot of star drivers to pull data from and everything. And you know, kind of go and do it the old-fashioned way with just a couple guys, you know, a couple friends, and it's a lot harder to figure out, you know, where the starting point is, let alone the finishing point. And here they are, you know, small group, put together great finishes week in and week out. It's just something that I personally respect a lot because, you know, I've been around here for a while and I kind of do everything myself, and I know how difficult it is. So it's cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. We have a team, right? We have a team to put stuff together. I mean, and that's kind of the good part. I don't envy those guys. It's a lot of work, and it shows. I mean, it's not easy to get to this kind of speed with this level of competition, right? Like, some of these guys are some of the best on the service. I mean, I believe this is going by oval rating because it's elite, but
I'm gonna drive like hell to try to get to that top 3 spot just to get close, but
4K on road.
it's a long ways away.
Paul Hill, 4 or 5K on road. Like, these are all really good guys with their road average, right? And just because it's a NASCAR doesn't mean that it's any different. I mean, it's heavier and the brakes are different, but the idea is the same.
All about experience. Talented drivers here in the Awards Cup Series. Always so much fun to cover these races. 4 laps to go. Paul Hill probably not in the position he wants to be in, though. He's got a big lead, but he's got a lot of lap traffic behind him. This right here, this is a situation that Paul's going to have to be careful with as he takes the 3 wide here with Team Birdie Chevrolets through the carousel. Thankfully, both of them are going to move up out of the way there.
Really need Shane to give away here.
This, you know, with a lead like this, a lot of times drivers kind of tend to put themselves in situations they necessarily shouldn't. Like you and I have seen it.
Yep.
Well, all of Grid Vision has seen it with Sean Conklin put together, you know, almost lapped leads at Chicago Street Course 2 years in a row and having won the last 2 laps of the race with a toe link in his lap. Paul Hill right now, which you're going to need to. Yep, hood covering the windshield last year in a top split. But, you know, for Paul Hill right now, what you got to be focusing on is just get 15 laps, get this thing home. 3 laps to go. There's nobody out there that can touch you, nobody that can hurt you aside from yourself.
Well, you know, he missed the bus stop. Like, he kind of blew the bus stop a few times earlier in the race. It kind of reminded me of Sean because Sean pushed so hard and he would make these minimal mistakes, right? But, like, he was so far out that it didn't matter. But you still see them pushing so far out. So it just shows that, hey, they're not happy with where they're at. They still want to keep getting more and more and more.
So if I'm thinking somebody that's really calculated, thinks through all of his moves.
You guys battle.
And, you know, definitely I'm sure is going to steal the field here tonight with it. You know, this driver, the 26 machine, Paul Hill. I mean, how often do you see him in a race? And how often is he both the easiest person for you to pass, but also at the tail end of the long run, he is right there on you, fierce as can be, and you know, not going to reach out of the way as we see heavy damage to the 88 machine of Joseph Causey. The night of I cannot finish my pre-existing statement continues here as we look at what happens to the 88. Up at the bus stop. That's good over the curb,
sliding.
And that curb right there is the worst thing to hit.
Yeah, he
That
started
was really
sliding
nice of Chris right there. That was the difference maker.
That's just kind of game over, right? Like, but yes, to go back to what you're talking about, Paul Hill, very tough competitor, very fast, very calculated, especially on the road course side. Last year, we got to race a few times with each other, and he was one of those ones that you had to watch, right? Like, that's who I knew I was fighting for. And it's so fun to race with.
Just a big picture driver, too. Just smart. Doesn't go out and make a whole bunch of stupid mistakes, make everybody mad. White flags in the air, though. 1 lap to go for the Paradigm 110 here from the Glen.
We right on board with the Paul Hill for the last one. We can see that.
I'm a little far.
Let's watch. Third, grab the curb tight. It's gonna grab fourth, about right here. Of the other rest.
Oh, that was garbage.
Yeah, that's funny. That's exactly what they want to take those lessons.
We're down third gear here into the bus stop. Left car set before he gets to the throttle. Up through the carousel here for the final time. And it's been a night of dominance here for driver number 26. Paul Hill showed up, won the pole, and has led every lap aside from the laps that people stayed out on the pit sequence. As he brings it out of the carousel here through the chute for the final time. Now just a handful of corners is all that separates Paul Hill from victory. Dominated at Circuit of the Americas earlier this year. Going to back that up with another road course win. Going for the sweep here in the OB Builders Cup Series this season. Paul Hill going to come across the line here and win the Paradigm 110 from the Glen. And it wasn't even close. 11 seconds back is second place Patrick Gitter as he gets ready to roll out of the final corner here to take us to the checkered flag in the 21 machine.
One more lap, man. We would have got that podium.
Adam Benefield's driving the lap cars race for him. Telling Shane Clore he's needs to push here to get that spot.
One more lap, we would have had it.
Good job by Paul Hill here. DeCiani, something happened, crossed it in fifth. Have to go back and see that.
Man. Oh, thanks, man. That was
As we look at what remains, just
stressful.
crossing the start-finish line here.
If we didn't have the bobble, if we didn't have
No, he's gonna
traffic
be
in the
car.
first half, I mean, there's so many things
Yeah,
that could have
big
been different,
shuffle up
but
there, though. DeCiani calling
that's part
two
of it.
spots there in the closing laps.
I know him and Evan
wonder-
were
I
kind of
wonder if it was
battling,
bust
so
up.
I wonder if was something there. I don't know.
Good job, Paul. Congratulations.
That's two
great
podiums.
win.
2 podiums in a row for Evan C, though.
Freaking exhausted.
I remember,
You
Chris,
boys still
he's our
alive?
third place finisher last week at Texas. We get a look at the replay, though.
I can't feel my wrists.
DeCiani down to the bottom here.
One more damn lap.
Sends
we
it
would've
way
got
too
that
deep.
podium.
Heavy
I
lock
just-
up for the 5 machine.
Oh, don't get in the gravel. Yep. That's
Yeah.
two. That'll do it.
Happy with that, though.
You see Paul
Thanks,
Hill
man.
burning down the entire front straightaway here from Watkins Glen. Good
It's
burnout,
Adam's
kept it
fault.
straight just about all the way to the last second. They're coming into turn 1. He's going to go backwards, do it again here. Because he's, I think, realized that we missed the beginning of the
Yeah,
burnout.
it was pretty quiet. It was actually really good, though, wasn't it?
iRacing needs to do something with the smoke physics because
Dude, that
shouldn't
freaking
have to
dirty
push
air
it that
just...
hard. Well, we got to get it through
Man,
tech
that
somehow.
sucks. That just sucks.
And it sucks too.
say one thing though. It definitely appears that Gulata and those boys have figured out how to build a pretty good road course car this season.
Watch.
Yeah, I mean, he
Oh,
was
really?
hauling,
Nice.
and once he got the lead from Keegan, got the jump on him, and he went wide, and it was kind of game over from there.
Yeah. And coming across the line with the win, as well as the Team Birdie fast lap of the race.
Jesus.
Paul Hill driving the number 26 machine.
No wonder I
Patrick
couldn't
Gator
get a
comes
run.
home up 4 spots from his starting position in second place. Over
Boing,
Evan Say,
boing, boing.
huge move for Evan C, by the way, up 13 positions into P3. Zach Moe comes on P4 with Matt DiCiani falling back to P5 in the last lap. Nicholas Isaac finishes 6th with PB Henry, Adam Benefiel, Bryce Rayner, and Brandon Pasalacqua rounding up the top 10.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding,
Yeah,
son.
11's going to be the 88 with Joseph Crosby, and Chris Hudson in 12th.
Our car was so fast that last couple laps.
With that incredible save, good ride back with Lucy Becerra in 14th. Daniel Wiles is going to be 15th with Paul Gallimore in 16th. John Bender, Randy Mullins, and Shane Clore are going to be 17th and 19th.
On 20th place, going to be Justin Levine after the right
Isaac's
in the
good
bus
shit, man.
stop. 21st
He's
place
fast.
is 37 machine Kevin Zosiak. Keegan Sabilo with the spin falls back to 22nd over Tim Wortman Jr. in 23rd. 24th goes
God,
to
there's
the
so many
24
close to
machine,
death moments.
Jose Medina with Greg Carr in 25th. 26th
No,
place
I go
tonight
back,
gonna be the 71 machine
Monday
Keith Long with Chris
night.
Mason, Alexander
So,
Carr,
but it's
Russell
only
Black,
for
and
one
Josh
night,
Hoffman
too, which is
rounding up
cool.
the top 30. 31st goes to the 48 machine Tyler Hunter with Lou Christian and Joshua Wyatt rounding up the 33 car field here tonight. What a great race of racing.
shit.
A great night of racing. Oh, my Lord. I've gone a little bit brain dead here, guys. We've been sitting for so long. But great night of racing comes to a
Make sure you
conclusion
wear that
here.
muscle
We're going to
shirt,
pull up
fella.
our third place finisher here, driver of the 333 machine, Evan C. And it's just threes across the board. Another great run for you this week. And the first thing I got to ask you, though, is how different is this from everything that is in your background? Road course
Dude,
racing
it's
and
so
stock
scary
car
on your
after all
tires.
years
Holy
on
shit.
dirt? Hey, Sam.
What would you do? It was at that moment I knew I fucked up. Boing, boing, boing. Jesus. God.
Track, it suits for me to kind of just keeping minimum turn speed up and so it suits me a bit better than most of the road courses.
Well, I wouldn't
Unreal.
worry about brushing up too much, though, because the biggest mover in the top 10 here started this thing off tonight 16th, come home third. Honestly, I think probably
Jesus.
set you as the biggest mover of the race, period. I mean, up 13 spots. How much fun was it to work through the traffic here? Because it looked like every time we looked down from up here in the booth, you were in the thick of it with somebody.
Yeah, definitely made it exciting behind the road.
It just keeps happening.
Close to
All right. Well, that's Watkins Glen. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was battling someone the whole
They got me good.
made a mistake.
God, I wish I could have scammed a podium there, but oh well. We'll try again whenever the next one I can
Set us back a little bit, but
run.
I knew our car was pretty
But-
solid.
Timmy, thanks for hanging, man.
I felt like I could
Appreciate it as always.
attack the braking zone.
Everybody's done by 10 o'clock, so everybody's jumping off.
That's about the only place to try and gain time.
Yeah,
once
yeah.
we're behind somebody, because the dirty air on this track really is almost as bad as a mile and a half, especially
Alrighty.
through S's and stuff.
Congrats to
Just
Paul.
right or you're shoving up the track into the wall.
Yeah, you too.
Or something like that. So I feel like we could make those passes into
Sounds
this,
good, man.
turn one. And,
We'll see you guys.
People force them to maybe drive it a little bit past what their car